what year will whites no longer be the majority in the United States? Let's see, who has, Jake, you were playing around with your phone. Why don't you Google that? Did you understand my question? In what year will America no longer have a white majority? It's going to be in your lifetime. I don't think it'll be in mine. Any guesses?
And how old are you?
I am 52 and I feel like I'm
Well,
dead.
she said not her lifetime. It got to be.
2050.
I was getting there.
So we're almost at, so you guys will be my age, okay? You'll be my age. And if I'm miserably unlucky, 2050, how old was I? I was born in 64, minus 14, I will be like 86 and hopefully have dementia by then. So I won't even be aware of what's happening in the world, right? So this is why I asked you that, because in certain cultures, and here I'm going to defer to Shazna, right? If you are a practicing Muslim and women are separated from men, you cannot have a male doctor and an examination without a male family member present in the room. If you are an Orthodox Jew, and there are much fewer of them, same rules apply, okay? So, as if you guys are, as therapists, dealing with people who are immigrants or from other cultures, there are certain things that are not done or said, okay? Right? Like what happens in the house stays in the house. That would be an example. So, doctors in America do not do a very good job of what we call preventive care, meaning they don't ask questions about your overall well-being, whether that be psychological, whether that be substance abuse, whether that be diet, etc., 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 right? You go in, you get a 10-minute slot, you have a symptom, they give you medicine, and you go. That's the exam, right? More or less. If you are a female patient, unless you have a nurse practitioner, you probably have not noticed, but if you have a male doctor giving you your annual PAP exam, you must have a female nurse present in the room. Why? Because of this article. Because there were too many allegations of medical misconduct on the part of male doctors with female patients, particularly in an OBGYN setting, where it becomes the doctor's word against the patient's word, right? Make sense? That's why you see all of these rules in places now that were not in place before. But having gone to public health school and having studied international public health, and having been in a program with only foreign doctors, like from Africa and Asia and South America, those doctors have to do so much more with so much little. What do I mean by that? There's no MRI machine. There's no CAT scan, right? And someone comes in and they're sick, and they don't have this technology. So they have to figure it out. And how do they figure it out? By asking a lot of questions. And in 10 minutes, you can't ask a lot of questions, right? And also, we treat illness in America as like something that a pill fixes, right? Whereas if you have a Latina woman who was born in South America and has never learned English, right? She will sometimes, and I'm generalizing, but this is from my experience doing AIDS work and working in an ER, so she will come in and say something like, malocchio, or malestar, like bad eye, the evil eye, like I don't feel right. And she cannot necessarily just articulate her medical symptoms in medical terms, right? You also see it a lot in Asian cultures, where the way they describe sickness and illness and wellness is very different than how the Western folks do it. So you get a lot of misdiagnoses in those situations. So what did the American healthcare system do to try and rectify that? Any ideas? Foreigner in your waiting room, exam room, and you don't speak the language? What was our solution? Can anyone take a guess? This was happening after AIDS when we started advocating and saying this level of care is not okay. Any ideas what you would do? Here I am, I'm the American pediatrician. I have a family from Bangladesh. I don't speak, do you speak Hindi or Urdu? Or not, neither of the above? Oh, Hindi and Bengali, I don't know either language. The mother doesn't know English, and she wants to describe her baby's symptoms, right? Which could be a cold, or it could be meningitis, which is like incredibly serious, right? So what they did is through AT&T, they developed a call-in medical interpretation line. And that's how a third party would interpret the symptoms of the patient. What is the problem with that model? How many of you speak Spanish in this room? Raise your hand. Okay, Theola, what's your mother?
Puerto Rican.
Okay, and who's next? Johnny, don't you have one Spanish-speaking parent? Cuban, right? Dominican. Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, Puerto Rican. Okay. What is guagua? No
that's
Puerto
like
Rican.
car?
What?
Is that like car?
Close. It's a bus, right? If you're living in Puerto Rico. Anywhere else in the world, that word doesn't exist. So what if I say coge? What does that mean to you?
My family speaks more broken Spanish, that makes sense for me.
Johnny, what does coge mean? Did you get it? Okay.
Yeah, to take.
Okay, turn it off.